It is time for the Festival of the Arts here in Epcot, and I'm here today to try all of the food. I'll be giving you 100% honest reviews of over 30 food and drinks. And at the end, I'll let you know my top 5 must-try eats from the fest, and I'll fill you in on some of the foods I would definitely skip. This is the ultimate foodie guide to Epcot's Festival of the Arts. It is my favorite time of year in Epcot, and I'm ready for all the art. There is so much to see and do at this festival, but obviously the best part is all of the amazing, beautiful food. I mean, some of this food is almost too pretty to eat. We have some returning favorites that I am so excited to eat. I actually am almost foaming at the mouth, thinking about being reunited with the Encanto empanada and the Encanto spicy soup. If you know, you know. That's all coming up soon, but before we get to the World Showcase, we have some festival food to get to in the front of the park. So we're gonna head over to Connections to start. The reason that I wanted to make Connections our first stop of the day is because they have a special Liege waffle. This isn't just like an ordinary Liege waffle, because I already love the Liege waffles that they're serving up here, but this Liege waffle is stuffed with ube. I love Liege waffles, I love ube, and I can't wait to try it. Well, folks, we have just picked up our waffle, and unfortunately, this is one of the waffles that they put in a bag, and it's not hot and fresh, so it doesn't look like the ones that we saw being made earlier. Those looked really good. I don't know about this one. First food of the fest, let's go for it. So what we've got going on here is it's your typical waffle, but then they put some ube in the center, kind of laces throughout the waffle. Of course, you get those crispy bits from the sugar that I love. And then the outside is kind of coated in white chocolate, as well as some type of like ube cake, so it adds that extra ube flavor. I definitely appreciate that for this festival, they're not just putting the white chocolate and like some type of sprinkle around, they're actually incorporating a flavor into the Liege waffle. And now I really love that flavor, but it does taste a little bit old. I wish we were getting them fresher, not pre-packaged. I think that would be a lot better, but still, if you're an ube fan, come check this out. Now we are making our way across World Celebration to stop number 2, Opening Bites. We did pick up 2 things from the Opening Bites booth here. This one's looking a little scary. I've never had a soft shell crab before, so I'm a little nervous to try it. So let's start with the Enchanted Rose. This is a milk chocolate rose with a raspberry and rose center. Let's just cut right down the center here to see what we're working with. Okay, it looks like we've got a little bit of a gel here, then a mousse exterior with the cookie part on the bottom. I love like a chocolate raspberry combo, so this should be good. Gotta get a bite here with everything on the fork. It's giving dome cake in disguise, and I say this every fake dome cake that I have. I just don't care for a Disney dome cake. I really like that raspberry filling in the center there. I think that's quite tasty. And as someone who doesn't love like overly chocolatey sweet things, I actually think this is not sweet enough and not chocolatey enough. Like this part here doesn't really have enough flavor on its own. Just okay. Enough of the Enchanted Rose. It is now time to get to the soft shell crab slider. This has a green papaya slaw and mango ketchup on a toasted brioche.
You should have it like look like it's walking, like it's a little crab.
Which claw should I go for first?
I think first you gotta give it a kiss.
The big claw?
I think that's
give
what
it a kiss?
do.
Okay.
Let's go for it.
Right on the lips. I'm gonna go for the side first. I feel like that's the safe bet. Let me get all these claws in here. Very tasty. I feel like the batter that they're using to fry this crab is seasoned really, really well. It has a ton of flavor. The crab itself isn't very meaty. It's on like the smaller side. So I'm not getting like too much crab flavor, but the flavor from that batter is really good. Let me peel off the big claw here. Did you see all the juice?
Yeah.
What? It's really good. Wow, that's delicious. I also like the little sweetness from the papaya slaw there. A little vinegar, a little sweet, a little onion. It might be too early to call it, but this could be a top 5 festival food for me at the Festival of the Arts. Ryan, you should try it. Come on.
No,
Get
thanks.
this claw here.
No, thank you.
Okay, so our plan was to knock out all of the food kind of in the front of the park first, but the lines are crazy. We're here by the Paint by Number mural here. This is the first time, I think in maybe Festival of the Arts history, that Epcot is not under construction during the festival. So maybe this is like the permanent home to the mural here, but we're gonna head right past the mural and into the World Showcase to try and knock out some booths in there, and hopefully the crowds aren't as big in the showcase. We decided to actually hop in line here in Canada. I think we're gonna go the wrong way around the World Showcase today, just to try and like beat some of the crowds. I don't know, we'll see how we do, but we're gonna stop here in Canada at Gourmet Landscapes. Well, we have picked up our 2 foods, and guys, even though that was like the shortest line around, I just waited forever for them, but we're gonna get to these 2 foods from here in Canada. Let's start with this citrus braised beet tartare with golden beet egg yolk, a mustard vinaigrette, pickled mustard seeds, pickled mushrooms, spiced pistachios, and feta snow. The feta on here is actually a plant-based feta because this is one of the very few plant-based dishes from the festival, so I definitely wanted to check it out. I do love me some beets, and I'm going for my pocket fork. You always gotta load up at the fest, you know? Let's get a bite here. This all looks really good. It looks like it's gonna have a good crunch. I wanna get some of that egg yolk as well. Let's go for it. This is right up my alley. It's almost like pickled beets, so you've got all the vinegar tasting in there. I love the feta on there. The mustard combination is great, and the pistachios, like I predicted, added a fantastic crunch. I want to get a bite now with it on that bread there. A little toast action. No, the bird just ate my bread. This is even better with the bread. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Ryan is currently eating a plant-based diet. You've got to try this. Do you like beets? Just kidding. Ryan doesn't actually like beets. So now we're on to the wild mushroom risotto. This has an aged Parmesan, truffle shavings, and a Zinfandel reduction. This is another plant-based item here in Canada. Not only is this dish plant-based, but it's a favorite that comes back every single year. They actually serve this as a side in Le Cellier with the filet mignon, and man, it is truffly, creamy, although plant-based. Delicious. So good year after year. I love the truffle flavor on there. You even get some little nice chunks of truffle and some nice parsley sprigs on there. I love truffle flavor. The Parmesan in there is great. This is something that I get every year. It's a bit expensive, but it's a treat yourself item. Definitely come try this out. It's so good.
Pocket spoon to the rescue. This is the first thing I've eaten at the festival. Look at that. It's pretty good. It tastes like Canada. It tastes like every other dish they have at Canada, just different texture. It's not bad. Not bad.
Honestly, both of those dishes in Canada were like nearly a 10 out of 10. They were both so good, especially for plant-based items. If you are vegan, definitely make sure you stop there. But we're gonna keep on going the wrong way around the World Showcase and see what we hit next. We have found a little home base here in France for our next stop. We're gonna kind of split up, divide and conquer, and get some food from the different booths around here and bring them all back to this table. We're gonna start with the food from France. This year in France, they have a couple of different things I wanna try. One thing is a favorite every year. It is the brie cheese in a bread bowl. They also have a new chocolate escargot dish, and when I first saw this chocolate escargot dish on the menu, I was like, wait, does it actually have snail in it? Figures, there's no snail. It actually just is a chocolate dessert, and unfortunately it is supposed to look like a snail but our little snail pieces have melted because it's actually pretty toasty out here today. So let's start with this. This is the escargot and chocolat. This is a chocolate mousse flourless cake with citrus coulis, almond chocolate coating, and a dark chocolate decoration. And this is definitely reminding me a lot of a Ferrero Rocher with like the nuts on there. Looks like it's gonna be nice and crunchy. I don't know, I'm definitely excited to check this out. Let's cut it in half and see what we're working with in the center there. Okay, there's the citrus going on, a little bit of the cake. And then the mousse looks delicious. You know what this reminds me a lot of? It's like a cross between a Ferrero Rocher and those little chocolates that you used to get in like the box for Valentine's Day or such. Where it was like chocolate and the inside was like an orangey kind of flavor. That's what the citrus is giving. And the mousse is nice and rich, way better than the previous mousse that we had in the Enchanted Rose dessert. I like the combo a lot, and I like those nuts on the outside there as well. This is a pretty good dessert. Also from France, we've got the crème de brie and petite pain. This is a warm, creamy brie in a house-made bread bowl. And this is one of those things that is a favorite year after year. We've got that awesome bread bowl just stuffed with all that melty brie. It is a very expensive dish. I think it's almost $10, but it's something that I have to get every year because I just love it so much. So let's take our bread here and go for a dunk in all that cheese. Oh, it looks so good. Guys, this is just the perfect dish. I love brie cheese, and this is like just perfectly melted, perfectly indulgent. It's definitely a hearty dish to be getting when it's a little bit toasty out. Even though I'm wearing a jacket, it's a little bit toasty out here today. But man, it is just so good. You got all that delicious bread. I always love getting this here in France. But guys, now that we have finished up with our food from France, it is finally time for my most anticipated moment of the festival. It is time for the Encanto booth. They debuted the Encanto booth a few years back at Festival of the Arts, and I fell in love with all of the food they had here. I honestly could not choose a favorite between the spicy soup and the empanada, and I always end up just getting both. Last year they actually did not have this soup, and I was so sad. I know Ryan was sad as well that they didn't have it, but this year I am so happy they made the decision to bring it back. So let's get into this first. This is the spicy ajiaco soup with guajillo and arbol chilies, spiced chicken, potato, avocado, corn, and creme fraiche. Oh man, guys, this soup is loaded up. They've got so much avocado in here today, which is honestly like my favorite part of this soup. Oh my gosh. You need to get some of the creme fraiche, some potatoes, some chicken. Oh my god, guys. I am telling you, I can't even stop eating this while I'm talking. I'm sorry. This soup is some of the best soup I've ever had. It has just the right amount of heat. It's not too spicy, but then the avocado and the creme fraiche kind of cools it down. And I always think, like, why are they putting avocado in soup? But then I eat it and I'm like, it just works. It just works. I've got Hudson here trying this soup as well. What do you think?
It's really, really good.
Is it?
The broth's kind of got like a spice to it, and the vegetables are really good.
Right? The avocado in there is really good.
Yeah.
That's the best part of the soup. The broth, delicious. I love the chunks of potato and all the chunks of chicken in here. There's actually quite a bit of chicken, but those potatoes in there. Guys, if you're coming to the Festival of the Arts, you must come try this spicy soup. And it's like the perfect festival to have some soup at, because it's usually pretty cool during the festival. So you're gonna need some soup out here when it's cold in January and February here at Festival of the Arts. You gotta come get this. But now it is time for the empanada, the chorizo and potato empanada with a turmeric aioli and a annatto aioli. Now, obviously, I am not eating this one with the aioli on it. I did get, this was a prop. This was a prop for my video so I could show you how it usually comes, and I'm gonna hand this off to my mother. I did get one that I've already cut in half with no sauces, and just look at that. Oh my gosh, it's falling apart. But it is just stuffed with all of that chorizo and potato. Guys, it's smoky and so delicious. I cannot wait to be reunited and have another bite. This empanada, like, they must have someone's grandmother back there making these empanadas. I am, right? Phoebe's here.
There's just a grandma in the back.
Someone's grandmother is here making these empanadas, just as Phoebe was like showing us.
Abuelo's
because
back there.
yes, because this is not coming in frozen or anything. I am telling you, the crust here is perfection. The stuffing, the filling, that chorizo, smoky and spicy. I actually feel like this empanada is more spicy than the spicy soup. It has a really good kick. I think there's maybe like some poblano peppers in there. And guys, this empanada, Ryan was just saying he comes to the parks and gets a soup and an empanada and makes it a dinner. I get 2 soups, 2 empanadas, and make it a dinner. That's how good it is, seriously. If you're only gonna go to one booth during the festival, it's always gotta be Encanto. Mom, how's that empanada?
Okay, it was really good, but she should have tried this because the yellow stuff tastes more like mustard than anything else. But it is a lot, so I'm kind of wiping a little bit of it off.
It may taste like mustard, but it is aioli. But my mother went ahead and got us this little tart here from Morocco, so we're gonna try this next. This is the avocado coconut custard tart with pomegranate cream and a henna-inspired gelée.
It's gelée. You gotta say it right. You're not saying it right.
Apparently this is actually gelée, but this is one of the other plant-based items here from the festival. It looks like a little fruit snack on top, a fruit roll-up. Okay, I've got my crust, but I definitely gotta get in here and get whatever this is underneath it. Just looks like a regular kind of whipped cream. We've got some pomegranates there, all the gelée. Now this is really interesting because when I saw avocado, I didn't actually expect it to taste like avocado, but it does. And it's not very sweet at all, which, you know, I like a not very sweet dessert. The crust is nice and buttery and good, and then that pomegranate kind of, that's what adds the little pops of sweetness. I wish there was just like a little bit more, maybe, but it's very weird. I don't know. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Well, as we make our way around the World Showcase, of course, the next country that we're going to stop in is Japan. Japan is a place that we stop every year at the Festival of the Arts because they have something that's a yearly tradition. It's become a yearly tradition every year at Festival of the Arts. This is, I think, the 3rd year in a row we're going to get something very special. Well, Promise, what is it that we have to get here in Japan?
I mean, not just Japan. It is a must for the festival. It is the famous sake box. Let's do it.
I think they did this last year too, where they kind of just drop a little cup in there. It's kind of sad that they don't just pour it right in, but I think we're gonna have to doctor up these sake boxes on our own. Well, we have got ourselves all the goodies from here in Japan. We've got some food, but then most importantly, we've of course got these sake boxes. Now they did this last year as well, where they kind of put a cup in and then we poured it into the box ourselves, because I feel like we cannot drink out of the plastic cup. This is like our yearly tradition. We must do it right.
Yeah, you must feel the taste of splinters on your lips.
Yes, exactly. Let's pour her in.
All right, pour without splashing
Pour.
everywhere. It really is the only time that I drink sake. I drink sake once a year.
I actually personally love sake.
I think I like it too. I just
really
only drink
like
it at Festival of the Arts.
Well, 3 years in the making, folks.
Yes.
Year number 3. Cheers, Promise.
Cheers, dink it, sink it.
Same. Tastes like Festival of the Arts, baby. Now we're gonna move on to some of the food. There are 2 brand new foods here at this festival, so of course we had to get them both. I wanna try this Wagyu bun first. This is a steamed bun filled with American Wagyu beef, served with Japanese karashi mustard and a violet shiso sauce. It looks really good, this bao bun. I can't wait to try it out. Cheers. Cheers. Bao buns and sake. It has what almost tastes like a mushroom, a brown mushroom gravy in there. I actually really like the flavor.
I highly, highly enjoy this. It definitely reminds me of all the other Disney World bao buns that we've known and loved, whether at Animal Kingdom or even in the China Pavilion.
You know what? I actually think I like this more than the famous Food and Wine Festival steamed bun that they have here, because that one is like more sweet. It's in more of like a Japanese barbecue sauce, and I feel like it's more sweet. This is definitely more savory. It definitely is fatty. You get that fat from the Wagyu, and then like I said, it tastes almost like a mushroom gravy. I like this a lot, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of also giving like pot roast and like meatloaf vibe. I wouldn't say I can extremely taste Wagyu, like specifically.
Yeah, no, it's American, so it's not that
delicious.
Great. But yeah, this is really good. All right, Promise, let's get to this taiyaki next. This is a crisp, flaky fish-shaped pastry filled with sweet red bean, served with whipped topping and blueberry popping boba.
I'm scared.
Look, go ahead and grip it.
Grip the fish?
Let's rip it apart.
I feel like when things look this good, it sometimes doesn't taste good. Oh, it's also stuffed.
We've got that red bean in there.
Bun.
There's quite a bit in there, too. Looks good. We gotta dunk it in this blue whipped cream here.
You got the fish face.
I did. You got the butt. But this blue whipped cream here is very enticing. I have to dip it in there.
Yes. Wait,
Ooh, it's like a
actually
thick whipped cream.
Oh yeah, this is like sugary, right?
Yeah, this is a dessert.
Oh, this is bizarre.
Cheers again.
Cheers again. This is so weird.
That's good.
This is bizarre.
It's like a flaky, almost puff pastry, and then that red bean is so sweet in there, but like deliciously sweet. And this whipped cream actually does taste like blueberry.
The whipped cream tastes
It's
like
so good.
Publix cake.
Oh my gosh,
icing.
you're right.
But I don't hate it, but it's one of the most bizarre things I've ever had at
I love
Festival
it.
of the Arts, but
I
that's
love
kind
it.
of what it's about. Trying new things, new artistic food items.
It's
Really
so good.
Really
Mom, try this.
No, what is it? First, you have to tell
You
me
don't
what
have to know what's inside.
If it's bean paste.
It's not. Just eat it. Just eat it. Just eat it.
This isn't the raspberry tart thing, is
No,
it?
just eat it.
That is good.
It's red bean paste. Oh, look at that. She likes it.
Well, I can't taste that as much as I could taste
I taste so much
crust
blueberry.
and the whipped cream. It's really good.
I actually think this is the best dessert we've tried so far. I
the
keep
crust.
saying, like, the desserts keep getting better. We started with the Enchanted Rose, and I was like, nah, then the one in France was good. And then I was like, this is the best so
This
far.
is better than that avocado.
Yes. Oh, yeah, we keep getting better. We keep getting better. Okay, so while Promise and I were hanging in Japan, my mom actually went ahead to America to get us all of the food from America. We did get the deviled egg flight here, which I will not be trying, but someone did point out to me, Ryan, get closer. These are not actually deviled eggs. They're hard-boiled eggs. You can specifically tell with this one here. They're hard-boiled eggs sliced in half and then kind of topped with like an egg salad filling. So it's not like a full traditional deviled egg, which is kind of upsetting. But my mom's gonna give you guys the review on these eggs. This is the deviled egg trio. There's one that's pimento cheese, one that is green goddess, and one that is BLT. BLT one here up first. See, it's just like a regular hard-boiled egg in the center there.
No, it looks like a real deviled egg with just a piece of bacon on it.
No, it's not a real deviled egg. Look at the inside. It's a hard-boiled egg.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they didn't put the filling inside. Yeah, they didn't like core it. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Weird.
Yeah.
Hudson's gonna do a little artwork on Promise's art sweatshirt.
Okay.
Where's this?
Average.
I mean, not as good as mine.
Let's cut you off a green goddess here. See, look at the inside. You could really
Yeah, that
tell when
is
you cut into
funny.
that one.
That is
It's just like the deviled egg topping placed on top. They didn't even scoop out the yolk there.
That's a good one.
I think I like that one better.
The green goddess is number one so far. Here's the pimento. Try that one out.
It's literally just.
This is so messy. I need napkins.
Don't you just want a nice hard-boiled egg while you're walking around the World Showcase here?
The problem with it is that once you get past the topping, it's so dry. Like it's just like a dried out egg. Well, that one I didn't think I was gonna like, and I actually.
So which one is your favorite?
I think this one has the most flavor.
Wow.
Yeah, and I only took a half a bite because I was like, oh, I'm not gonna like that. But that one I think is the best.
Would you get this again?
No.
There you have it. This is the chicken pot pie. It has a smoked cheddar Mornay sauce, roasted vegetables, pickled mushrooms, wasabi peas, and a sherry chicken jus served open face on a flaky pie crust. All right, should we try this chicken pot pie here?
Yeah, you cut it like a pizza.
Got it like a tray of pizza.
A pizza pot pie.
A pizza pot pie.
I'm gonna take a slice. Uh-oh, might be stuck.
I don't know if I did a good enough job cutting this,
Rip and
honestly.
tear. There we go.
I think I gotta get this. Is this mayo?
Look at that undercarriage. I don't know if it's mayonnaise. I don't know. I don't know anything, so I'm just gonna try it and go for it.
I'm just gonna hope for the best.
It's good. It really is good. I like it.
Flaky crust, nice and rich. I like the veggies on there. Ton of chicken as well. Look at how much chicken is on this thing. There's a lot.
Baked in a buttery, flaky crust.
I knew that was exactly what you were going to say.
Baked in a buttery, flaky crust.
I don't think it's anything spectacular, but it's tasty. Fun
Wow.
to try. Interesting presentation. It's good.
How many slices do you get out of a pie?
You could get about 8 slices out of this one here.
All right.
Now we're moving on to this hummingbird cake here. This is a banana and pecan cake dipped in cream cheese icing with caramel sauce and warm pineapple compote. I've had this in previous years and I don't remember it looking as good as it does today. Look at this really thick caramel sauce that the plate is kind of like dotted with. That part looks really, really good. We'll dive in here. I expected the outside to be a little bit crunchier. It's not, it's nice and soft. All right, we've got like our spice cake going on in there. I expected maybe like a little caramel filling, but we'll definitely go for a dunk in that extra caramel and that pineapple compote there. Oh my gosh, there's gonna be a huge bite. It's falling. On its own, the cake is a little bit dry, but when you get that cream cheese frosting on there and that pineapple compote and the caramel sauce are insanely delicious. When you get a bite with everything on there, this dessert is phenomenal. Definitely better than recent years. That nice thick caramel just pairs perfectly with the cake. Nate, you gotta get in here. You'll love this.
I'm gonna try a piece.
Get a pizza to pizza. Pizza to pizza.
Break me off a piece of that hummingbird cake.
You're gonna love this.
Break me off a
Did you
piece
get
of
the
that
caramel?
fancy. Oh no,
You gotta get some of the pineapple and caramel in there. It's so good. Best part.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it all. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there.
Oh, I don't like the pineapple.
No? Oh, I
like
love
the cake
that.
on its own.
Oh, get back over here. Well, we have come upon Italy here, and you guys know the Italy booth is always the worst booth at the festival. So I always like to try it and get everything just to see how bad it can really be. But guys, this is actually the first time we're moving in this line. So there are so many people here. I think I'm actually gonna hop out of line and move to the next one. I know I would love to try it for you guys, but I just cannot, in good faith, wait like 45 minutes for shitty food. So moving on. So since we're skipping Italy, the next booth on our list is actually going to be in China. Now, usually the stuff in China is very, very expensive for very small portions. So we're going to see how it is here at Festival of the Arts. And actually, I think the line's looking pretty short. We have picked up our food from here in China, and just as suspected, all of the food portions are very, very tiny for the price. $10.75 each for these plates of dumplings. For only 3 dumplings is crazy. Well, we do have a bunch of food here, but I have to start with the har gow. These are shrimp dumplings with a pumpkin puree and a drizzle of chili oil. Now, if you guys remember, I tried these when I went to Nine Dragons, and I said everything at Nine Dragons was the worst food that I ate in 2024. If I had to pick one thing from Nine Dragons that was the worst thing I ate, it was these shrimp dumplings. They are disgusting from what I remember. There's a pumpkin puree down on this plate, but it's not a puree. This is not a pumpkin puree. This is a pumpkin gel. It is, I'm actually, like, I saw this on the menu and I was like, are you kidding me? Out of all of the amazing food from China that they could have had at the booth, this is what they picked? I would like to have a word with whoever the heck made that decision, but we're gonna go for it. I really don't want to do this. These weren't as bad as they were over in Nine Dragons, the dumpling part. What I almost gagged at is this pumpkin sauce on the bottom. The pumpkin sauce has no business being here and is the worst consistency ever. The wrapper, the dumpling, is really, really thick, and the shrimp in there itself has no flavor, very cardboardy, and then you get that gel. $10.75 for 3 of these. Rip off Central. Since we just tried those dumplings, we're gonna go on to the next dumplings, the General Tso's Chicken Shumai. These are dumplings filled with chicken, potato, onion, and water chestnut, topped with a General Tso's sauce. They're also served atop a little cucumber, and these look really tasty, but again, $10.75 for only 3 is a little bit steep. How are you supposed to eat this? Can you eat it with the cucumber? Maybe I'll just take a bite of the dumpling and then the cucumber
Stab it
after.
through the top.
Stab it? That's how Ryan would eat it. The dumpling, great. The sauce, okay. When you get it all together with the cucumber, it adds this like crunch and freshness that I really enjoy. Would I get it again for $10.75? Probably not, but these are really tasty. We still have this egg tart here. This is a Hong Kong style egg custard tart. Now, out of everything on the menu in China, this is probably what I was most excited to try, honestly. I don't think I've ever had like a Chinese egg tart. It looks like a bit of a puff pastry. I thought it would be crispy, but it's kind of really, really soggy. It has a very eggy kind of consistency and taste as well. Just a tad bit sweet. I thought it was gonna be more like creme brulee. I mean, it is kind of like the creme brulee custard, just not nearly as sweet. I wish the outer shell there was a little bit crispier. It's a little too kind of like floppy. Like, you see how it's not really holding form? tasty. And I think this was one of the cheaper ones. I think it was around $5-6. So it's fun to try. I've never tried anything like this before. If that outer shell was crispy though, it'd be really good. Hola, we are in Mexico.
That's it.
Okay, but Mexico always has some really good food, so I think we're gonna get everything. And not only are we gonna get some food here in Mexico, we're also gonna get some beverages. They have 2 really tasty sounding margaritas on the menu. But actually, yesterday I was here in Epcot and I was able to try a very special drink here in Mexico a little bit early. They have a special secret menu art garita here in the Mexico Pavilion inside of La Cava. So we're gonna head in there. I'm gonna show you the footage from yesterday. We're gonna try the art garita. So Sebastian, tell me about this beverage here.
Okay, so this is our new version of the Argarita this year. Is Argarita 2025. You remember the last one?
I do. I had it last year and it was
But
good.
This year is gonna be inside La Cava del Tequila actually, and this time it's gonna be made with Lado High Proof. It's an amazing tequila. It's actually one of my favorites right now. And the secret code to have the Argarita this year is gonna be Dom Send Me at La Cava. So you come to La Cava, it's not on the menu, it's secret, and you ask them like, Dom Send Me, and you have the Argarita this year. It's so good. Do you like it?
Well, we're about to try it. It's a secret, but we just told everyone the secret.
Yeah.
So use that code Dom Sent Me if you guys want to try this drink. We're gonna try it out and see how it is.
And one more feature, like if you are one of the 5 people asking the Argarita during the Festival of the Arts in La Cava, you might have this print signed by Don Corona.
The Dom Corona. Wow. That's awesome. I can't wait to try it out. All right, let's try out this art garita here.
That looks like a birthday party.
It does look like a birthday party, and it tastes like a birthday party too. It's so good. This drink is absolutely delicious here. I love how creamy it is, and although it's very creamy, this is a dairy-free drink here. So if you are vegan or you can't do dairy, you can still enjoy this drink. And while it is sweet and a little bit fruity, it's also balanced out because there's some Aperol in here. So it's not like overly sweet. It does have a little bit of that bitter Aperol that I love. This is like a drink made for me right here. It is really, really good. I wish they would keep this all year round. But definitely come inside here to La Cava de Tequila during Festival of the Arts to grab yourself this secret menu art garita. Back to present day. We're here in Mexico again. Now we're gonna try all the food and the beverages from the booth here.
Okay, now this is a Floridita. It's a Centinela Blanco tequila margarita, and it has orange liquor, a grapefruit soda on top, and a hint of Aperol. It's amazing.
Did I sound different there or what? I don't know. But let's try this first margarita here.
I know, I just know. Oh, I was like, where are we at?
Oh.
I thought you were in New Orleans the other day. I was like, no way.
Refreshing, hint of sweet, but then you get that Aperol. So Mexico's loving the Aperol lately, and I am loving the Aperol as well. I love a drink that's a little bit bitter, and this is that. Man, this is refreshing and orangey as well. Pretty color, nice little accoutrements. This is a good one.
This other one is the Strawberry Fields Margarita. It's Stroma Blanco Tequila, Dos Hombres Mezcal, a strawberry puree, and a black currant liquor.
Ah, this one looks refreshing as well. Okay, now this one tastes like the sweetest, most red, freshest strawberries ever. And I'm usually an Aperol person. I cannot believe I actually like this one better. Oh my God. This is so good. And you get the tequila. That's the thing I always love about the drinks in Mexico. You can taste the tequila. You can totally taste the tequila in both of these drinks. This one is just sweet and refreshing. Oh, I think I like this one the best. Now for the food, we're starting with this carne asada. This is an ancho marinated beef sirloin with a chili sauce, grilled queso fresco, a napole salad, and chicharron dust. All right, I've got a little bite here with the queso and the carne asada. This steak here is so good. You had it last year. I remember eating this steak with you. Me and Shannon have come to Festival of the Arts together. This is year 4? 4. Year 4. We are year 4 veterans. I have a lot of traditions at Festival of the Arts, and I think my review of this is the same as yours last year. It's so good, but it's so small for $10.75.
I know. I wish it was bigger.
And it's so good. That's the thing. I wish it was bigger because it's so good. When you get the cheese with the beef and the sauce there, it's amazing.
The sadness comes way too early that the dish is done.
I know. You're like enjoying it, and you only have a couple bites. It's so good.
Did it have the green beans though last year?
These are like chilies, I think, or peppers, some type of peppers, and it also has pork rinds on there, which add a nice crunch. Moving on to the croqueta. This has a chipotle chicken and chorizo croquette in chipotle salsa with chipotle aioli, avocado mousse, and a truffle oil. Okay, truffle oil. Let's break into this croquette. All right, there's the chicken in there. It looks like maybe like a chicken tinga of some sort. Oh my gosh, that's hot.
What is
that salsa is so hot. It is so spicy, but really, really good. The croquette itself isn't as crispy as I would like, and it is a little bit dry in there. I really got to get a lot of the salsa, but my mouth is on fire. I need to cool this down. Well, we've had all that really good food, but the thing I'm most excited to try is actually this natilla de maize. This is a creamy corn custard with caramelized sugar, and as soon as I saw this, the first thing that it really reminded me of is like a creme brulee, because it's really that custard, and then you've got the caramelized like torch sugar on top. This looks so good. I love cornbread and anything corn flavored. We've got the popcorn on there. Do I have any pocket forks left? I do, guys, don't you worry. Straight out the pocket. There we go. Let's get into this corn here. Oh, that's a big bite. It tastes very similar to the corn custard that they serve over in the Mexico Pavilion with that crispy shell, just like creme brulee. It's so interesting. I love that corn flavor. Really good. I'd get all these foods again, honestly. As we finish up our beverages here, we're actually gonna head into, what is it called? Figment's Inspiration Station next. This is a staple. They have it here every year for the festival, and they always have a rainbow Skittles, freeze-dried Skittles cake, so I think we're gonna get it. And I actually have no idea where anyone went, because now there's like no lines for any food. Good for me. Let's go get some cake. I got you a tweet.
What is it?
It's a flavored lemonade. I had to pick a flavor. It's a frozen lemonade in a color-changing cup, and the flavor I chose was like mango guava.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Did you not like that? It said 7 Seas blend. You don't like mango?
I'll figure it out. Here we go. You know what? It tastes like the Joy drink that you have at Club Cool. You know, the only one I drink, and I pretend like it's.
Like it?
I do like it, actually. This is good. This is good. This is very good. I don't know what this block thingy is in here. Like this little.
Looks like a little gummy.
Little lime gummy.
A fun little mocktail for ya.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
For my little brother. Figment cake. This is essentially just a rainbow cake topped with some freeze-dried Skittles. It is always, I don't know what it is about this cake. It's always so good. Flavor, impeccable. However, the outside is a little crusty, like it's been sitting out for a little too long. But this is such a fun treat that's here every year. It's a classic at this point. The freeze-dried Skittles, listen to this crunch. For our second sweet tweet, we've got the raspberry pastry tart. This is a sugar cookie with raspberry and lemon cream cheese filling. We're gonna break this bad boy here right on open. Crack shot. That sounded bad. But we do have the guava and the cream cheese. Let's try it. It's a Woody's Lunchbox tart. This is the exact same like sugar cookie dough. I like the filling. Again, just like the Lunchbox tarts, it could use more filling though. But it's good. But I think this flavor is new from what they usually have. The inside filling is different from last year. Another fun treat. Next up, we are at a brand new booth, Fictional Victuals. Am I saying that right? It's very confusing. But I just want to point out, the extreme lack of tables at this festival. There are never any tables at any festival to begin with, but I feel like this festival is even worse. I mean, look over here. There's usually like tables at least like lining the railing there. Just absolutely nothing. I have no idea where we're gonna eat any of this food, and we are getting all of it. So, oh my God, I forgot. This is the one with the ube ice cream. Getting it all. Here we go. We're back with Promise. She's got herself a margarita, and we have got all of the food. And apparently this is like a 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea theme.
At first I thought it was
Where are you?
At first I thought it was like Little Mermaid theme, but now I'm seeing it's one of our favorite old classic movie attractions.
I don't know if I ever rode this ride.
Oh, it's classic. You gotta
I don't know.
Watch the movie later.
But a ton of seafood to get into here, including this little octopus.
This is my 4th year doing the festival.
But first, I think we have to get into the dessert. This is the black cocoa brownie with an ube ice cream, a coral, and some sponge cake. We gotta get some of that ube ice cream. This brownie is kind of rock solid on there. Wow. Really hard to cut through with the spoon. Some of that little cake crumbles. We've got everything. Wow. That brownie, I don't know if that's much of a brownie. Whatever it is so thick and rich. The ube ice cream tastes more like fruity. The brownie itself, delicious. The ube ice cream, I feel like this is kind of just missing those ube notes that I really, really love. I'm kind of disappointed. You know, the ube waffle we had, I was excited for that. It was good. It wasn't great. I just expect to love all ube things. This one, again, it's good. It's just not great. I think the brownie is the best part, which I totally expected the ube ice cream to be the best part. Now we have the squid ink pasta. This has a lump crab, a truffle cream, and shaved truffle. I don't know if I've ever actually had squid ink pasta before. I don't think it's gonna change the difference of the flavor that much, but I do love me some truffle. There are some shaved truffles on this side there. We're gonna get a nice big helping. Try it out. I'm not getting much truffle flavor in here, and there's also not nearly enough sauce. Like, this pasta needs more sauce. It's a little bit bland and flavorless, which I expected this to kind of be bursting with that truffle flavor. And it's just not really hitting all those notes that I kind of wanted it to. Do you think the same thing?
I agree.
Jim just tried it out. I agree. Yeah, it just doesn't have enough flavor for me. We'll finish this off with the charred octopus. This has crushed fingerling potatoes, Kalamata olives, capers, and a romesco sauce. Now, at first I was like, where's the octopus? I hope this isn't the only piece of octopus here, because this is a tiny little tentacle. But there is also some octopus kind of mixed in with that romesco sauce and the potato. So we'll get a potato, some octopus. I don't want that leaf. Get that leaf off of here. Smoky chorizo flavor from the chorizo as well as that romesco sauce. The octopus itself, it's a little bit chewy. It's not really cooked that well, in my opinion. I do like the flavor. I just feel like if the octopus was cooked a little bit better, my opinion would be different. Well, we have got everything here from the Craftsman's Courtyard, our final stop. We've got everything, but most importantly, we've got the bone. Promise?
Oh my gosh, I was not prepared for this.
My first time meeting Promise.
We had a bone.
We shared a bone.
We shared a bone.
We shared a bone. And Nate was with us. We called it Paging Mr. Marrow.
We did.
So, out of everything at the Craftsman's Courtyard, we have to try the bone marrow first. This is the roasted bone marrow with onion marmalade, pickled mushrooms, and petite lettuce. Some of this goop bone marrow. Just get a little bit.
What?
That's enough for me.
What's yours? Did you already take videos?
Nice and fatty and balsamic-y. Yep. I love it. Our final dish of the festival is this beef Wellington-inspired croissant supreme with creamed spinach, a croissant pinwheel, mushroom gorgonzola ragu, mustard grilled flank steak, a red wine sauce, and pickled mustard seed. I like the gorgonzola flavor, and I typically don't like gorgonzola or like anything like blue cheese, so I'm kind of surprised. That's pretty good. The meat is pretty tender, good flavor, a ton of flavor in that. I like it. Well, guys, it has been a very long day here at Festival of the Arts, and we are finished up eating all of the foods. We have tried over 30 different items here at the Festival of the Arts, and I want to go over my favorite things that I tried and my least favorite things that I tried. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me today here at Epcot. I hope you guys get to make it down to Festival of the Arts. If you do, you're in for a great time. Shout out to all of my Patreon subscribers, and if you haven't noticed, I am wearing my tee. There are still, I think every size is currently still in stock. You can shop for it at the link down below, and I'll see you guys for the next Epcot Festival. But actually, before that, I gotta go. Bye.